gospel passage for this Sunday comes from Luke 12:13-21. The rich fall, or the doom of the materialist. Jesus confronts the danger of greed and materialism by highlighting the emptiness of a life consumed by possessions and the eternal consequences of neglecting God. Let us see the structure of the gospel passage, the interruption in verse 13. A man in the crowd asks Jesus to settle a family inheritance dispute. This reveals his material focus, even while Jesus is teaching about eternal truths. Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me. The rebuke in verse 14. Jesus refuses to act as a civil judge. Man, who appointed me a judge or arbiter over you? This shows Jesus' concern is not temporal fairness, but eternal truth. His kingdom is not of this world. Cf. John 18:36. The admonition in verse 15. Beware, and be on your guard against every form of greed. Jesus warns not just against wealth, but against the love of wealth, which is insatiable and idolatrous. Greed in Greek is pleonexia, is a grasping, thirsting for more, like drinking salt water. The more you consume, the thirstier you become. The parable in verses 16-20. The rich fall. A wealthy man with a bumper crop reasons to himself to build bigger barns, relax, and enjoy life. My, self-centered. No mention of God, others, or eternity. God responds, you fall. This very night, your soul is required of you. He planned for retirement, but not for eternity. He stored riches on earth, but not toward God. In verse 21, so is the man who lays up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward God. Jesus exposes the futility of being rich in this world while spiritually bankrupt. Key insights from the gospel. To dangers to the soul. False religion, hypocrisy, spiritual deception in verse 1. Greed, materialism, worldly deception in verse 15. Both condemn the soul. Hell is populated both by the religious and the rich. Greed can cloak itself in respectability. The man's request seems fair on the surface, but hides covetousness. False religion and materialism often walk together. Luke 16:14. Religious hypocrites are usually lovers of money, the illusion of security. The rich fall's fatal error was presuming time and control over life. He forgot that life is a gift, and eternity is certain. You can prepare for retirement and still be unprepared for death. 4. The danger of self-sufficiency. The man's internal dialogue reveals a self-contained worldview. I will say to my soul, no reference to God, others, or eternal values. True wealth is spiritual. To be rich toward God means living a life of faith, generosity, worship, and eternal perspective. A man died, and at his funeral, someone whispered, "How much did he leave behind?" Another replied, "All of it." Let us apply the gospel in our lives. Assess your attitude toward wealth. Do you own your possessions, or do they own you? Live with eternity in mind. Make decisions not based on short-term comfort, but on eternal consequences. Be rich toward God. Invest in people. Give generously. Love deeply. Trust completely in God, not wealth. You can be wealthy in this world and still be bankrupt in eternity. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? Mark 8:36. God bless.